Hey, my big sister. Look, I just wanted to have a little heart-to-heart with you, dear. Are you seriously still doing your job as a traffic controller? Joanna, please tell me that's not true. I thought that you would have become a good and successful adult by now, sis. I thought you were going to make a good life for yourself. I guess you can't because you're such an incompetent woman who has no brains to do anything more than that job. Your only strength is your healthy body, I guess. I often wonder why you still want to continue doing this type of work, considering it's not going to get you anywhere in life. It's a joke for a job. Oh, Carla, I should have known it was you when you started to direct all your little insults towards me. It's been a while since we last talked to each other. Yes, I'm still working as a traffic controller because I'm good at my job and I still enjoy doing it. It's steady and I get paid a decent wage, so I don't get why you're questioning it. Even when I work on sunny days, I'm given good heat protection clothing to wear and my body can take it, so it's not super grueling. I think it's a job that's well suited to me. Wow, who would have thought that you could come up with so many reasons to actually stay in the job you're in? I'm dumbfounded, to be honest. I've always wondered how you've been so strong-willed, Joanna. You know, you've always been so tanned and tall, but there's nothing cute about it. There's not much you can show as a woman now. You're not the most feminine person, even though you've got a healthy body. I don't get why you're saying this to me, but all right, I'm grateful to our parents for giving birth to me and teaching me how to take care of my body. I get that I might not be as smart as you, Carla, but at least I try to look after myself and eat healthy. I think that it's good to use my advantages to do good in the world. If someone who isn't as physically healthy can't do this traffic controlling job, then I'll do it because I know I can. Ah, yes, you do such a good job, you butch woman, you. In that respect, nothing's really changed with you, has it, Joanna? On the other hand, when it comes to me, I am way more feminine. I have fair skin, I'm sort of weak, and I'm beautiful. I've got a good sense of fashion, too. I got into a good university, I'm a successful working lady, and I have done so many things in life. Your parents are my parents too, you know. It's just so funny because our parents just doted on me more as I was the cute one. You're just jealous of me, aren't you, Joanna? Well, if you're happy with your life, Carla, then that's great to hear, I guess. Look, I'm living a happy life in my own way. I've got no complaints about where I am now. Anyways, I want to know why you're contacting me like this out of the blue. Is it just so you can harass me all night? Is that it? Have you gotten to the point that you've become so self-loathing that you need to make me feel bad about what I'm doing with my life? Huh? What's that supposed to mean, big sister? It's kind of impossible for me as a perfect human being to fall into some self-loathing phase. You know, Joanna, it's all thanks to you that I'm living a really happy life. I make myself look so much better than you. So, with that, would you please not come near me with your low self-esteem? I don't really need this kind of bad vibe you give off near me. Oh, is that right? Is that why you're messaging me this at 6:30 in the evening? It was that important for you to tell me that? You know, sorry for that little outburst. I thought that you were trying to improve your self-confidence by comparing yourself to me. So come on, what's the story here? Well, I guess I was sort of doing that anyway. I suppose I just better come out and say it. I'm about to get married soon. I just wanted to tell you that little piece of information. Oh, is that right? You're getting married. Well, that's really fantastic news, Carla. Congratulations to you and your new husband. Since you were a little girl, I know how you've always said that you want to be someone's wife and get married to the man of your dreams, so that's good that your dream's coming true now. Wow, Joanna, is this what you say to someone when you want to give them your blessing? Hey, you're about to turn 30 soon, right? Aren't you planning on getting married? Or do you want to be a loner for the rest of your life because it'll end up that way if you aren't careful? Well, I don't have any plans to get married at the moment since I'm not really dating anyone in particular to get married to. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do, you know. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Gosh, don't make me laugh too much, otherwise I'm going to give myself a stomachache. You know when you turn around and say something like that, Joanna, it makes me so embarrassed to be your little sister. Okay. Well, it's not like we see each other that often, Carla, so I don't see a reason to be embarrassed. If you hadn't had talked to me in the first place today, I would say we're pretty much estranged from each other. Me not getting married isn't something that you should be worried about, all right? Hey, since when did this conversation become about you? This is about my wedding here. Even though you're the older sister, you should be expected to keep on topic, okay? You know, I wonder sometimes why you act like this towards me when I've not done anything to you, but I guess there's really nothing I can do about it. Are you seriously being like this when it's supposed to be a happy occasion? Could you please at least stop being so miserable? Look, could you just be happy for once and put on some whitening powder so that your tan and sunburn don't show through too much? You know that having a little bit of sun on your skin is good for your health. It means you're getting a good amount of vitamin D. It's not like my skin is peeling. I don't think that having tanned skin gives off the impression I'm not a clean person, Carla. There's no need to worry so much about what I look like. Joanna, if you don't trust what I say to you as a sister, then don't believe in what I say so much. If you were also getting married, I'd treat you a lot better. I was thinking of inviting you to join me at my wedding. But to be honest, it seems like you're turning into a statue of a poor older sister while the younger one gets married before you. Well, if that's how you think about all this, then that's really a shame, Carla. You make no sense to me sometimes. You need to stop worrying about me so much. Did you know that Mom says that to me too? I really shouldn't worry, since I don't think there'll ever be a man who'll take you for what you are. I guess it's about time you start giving up on that happening in your life. Well, it seems like our parents have, that's for sure. Maybe you have a point, Carla. But I know that you've never really had that many expectations for me. You just wanted to see me fail. I don't think our parents have given up on me, Carla. Wow, geez, okay. Did I hit a nerve or something? You've become so subservient. Stop following what our parents say. They don't care about you. You know that it's because of your personality that you don't have high expectations. Seriously, there is nothing special about you, Joanna. That's why you're going to end up alone. Yeah, well, I guess you can keep thinking that, Carla, but I won't. Look, I gotta go. I've got something to do shortly, so I'm not going to continue having this conversation right now. Look, make a decision about if you truly want me in your wedding or not. If you do, can you just send me the details later so that I can figure something out? Thanks.
Hey Joanna, I just wanted to message you to say thank you for also coming over today. I also wanted to say I'm really sorry about everything. To make it up to you, I'll take you out for dinner sometime soon, and we can sit down, talk, and just have a nice time together.
Hey, no, thank you. Look, don't worry about it. There's no need for you to apologize to me, Louis. I like coming over to see you, also because your family's so welcoming. They make me feel very much at home in your house, and I feel comfortable talking about anything and everything. I like visiting you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you to say, Joanna. It makes me so happy to hear that. My son was feeling a bit sad on his own, and my wife was as well. Since you've come into our lives, and when you come over to our house, it's so much more livelier and brighter with you in it. We're very spoiled by your presence.
Aw, that's so great to hear, Louis. I always enjoy the feast that's put on at the house. It's always so tasty. I feel in your debt with how much you take care of me.
Oh no, don't be silly. It's our pleasure. Even so, the food that you cook as well is always so good. Leaves us feeling so full afterwards. I'm told that you were in charge of a lot of housework in your family from an early age. Is that true? You're a hard worker and have become a fine woman. But I get the impression that you and some of your family members aren't really that close. Is that also the case? You don't see them very often?
Well, kind of. My parents have always been more devoted to my younger sister instead of me, but I've taught myself a lot of things, and I've just been doing what I know. Thanks to my own motivation and just the need to do things, I'm able to work a good job and also do housework on top of that. I'm grateful for what I've got now.
You're right in that, Joanna. Well, we think you've got a kind and loving heart. But if you've been brought up in such an environment, you'd probably not like your parents very much, is that right?
There were times that I definitely felt that way towards them, yes, but if I was to hold a grudge, nothing would change, really. My mother gave birth to me and kept me in good health, and now I can work a job that I am very proud of. I feel better if I just focus on the present rather than the past.
Of course, yes, that makes a lot of sense. It's better to focus on the here and now so that you can be happy and not have to worry about what others think of you and what you do.
Yes, that's why I'm able to focus on things I enjoy, such as cooking meals for people and cleaning up and making things look neat and tidy. What makes me happy is that I can come over and bring over delicious meals for you and your wife and just be independent.
Oh, yes, that is definitely true. We're delighted to have you here cooking and interacting with us. So nice that we're being helped in this way at our age.
Oh, well, thank you very much for your kind words, Louis. Now that I've met you and your wife a few times, I'm sure I can become a part of a warm and happy household.
Wow, I'm impressed with how you've taken us with open arms and said so many nice things about my family, Joanna.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why, but it's gotten me a little emotional. I'm a little bit embarrassed now. It's probably the alcohol. It's unusual for me to drink like this.
No, you're fine. It sounds like Jacob just got home. It was nice to be able to have a nice drink at the table. It was great that he brought it. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yes, I really did like it. It was super good. Oh, sorry again. I was getting a bit out of hand there. It was a pleasure meeting up together for a little family reunion.
I'm glad you feel that way, Joanna. We think of you as our daughter, so we're so glad you had a good time. I hope I'm not over-exaggerating too much when I say that sort of thing. I still wonder what the person my son will marry will be like. It'd be really nice if he married someone like you, Joanna.
Oh, Louis, there's no need to praise me that much. But once again, congratulations on your son's upcoming nuptials. I wonder if he and his new wife will be like you and your wife, Louis.
Well, if this is my son we're talking about, I'm sure they're going to make a wonderful couple. I'm sure that you'll also see that in him as well.
Of course I do. I really wish him the best for his wedding and for the future. I'm sure Jacob has got a lot to look forward to. Excuse me? Why on earth did you show up to my wedding? I seriously didn't think that you'd actually come. I never sent you a wedding invitation, sister. Yeah, but you did tell me the date, the time, and the venue, so if you think about it, a lot of people just RSVP online, so there isn't much use in paper invitations. That's what I assumed that you had done, but how am I to know, right? I knew enough information that I thought I could come today. Wow, that head of yours is just full of rainbows, flowers, and unicorns, isn't it, Joanna? If you were actually beautiful enough, I would have thought to invite you. Did you really think with that look you've got going on is going to let you into my wedding? You thought wrong. You can't come in. You've ruined your look. I ruined my look? What are you talking about, Carla? You did this to me. Why would you pour wine all over my outfit for? You're so horrible, Carla. Well, your outfit wasn't the cleanest to begin with, so I just impulsively decided to clean it up for you. Before I knew it, you were covered in red wine. You wanted to clean up my outfit. What was so wrong with it, Carla? I'm trying to make amends, and then you go and do this to me for no reason. And also, what is so wrong with having a tan? I can't help if I've gotten a little bit of sun lately. We can't all be pale like you, Carla. Stop saying I look dirty. Come on, Joanna. We all know that you work a low-level job and you look like dirt all the time. It's a shame about the outfit. I guess you better go and get out of it, huh? Is that what you wanted? To humiliate me at your own wedding venue and make me feel miserable? Fine, so be it. I'll leave. I hope you're happy with your lot. Oh, I very much am, Joanna. Stop whining about what happened. You brought this on yourself, okay? Go and clean yourself up. It stinks of wine around here, so hurry up and leave, you low-level worker. It only smells around here because of what you've done. You know, something will happen to you one day and you'll come running to me to fix it. All you'll get is a no. Joanna, where the heck are you right now? Please, this is important. You really need to get back here right now. Something really bad has happened. Oh, really? Is that right? What could have possibly gone wrong for you, Carla? Come on, I've already decided that I'm going home, and I'm not changing my mind. You need to tell me the truth right now. Are you with the groom's mother right now? Why on earth have you gone back home with her for? Why do you think, Carla? Just think about it for a second. It just so happens that we both know each other. The family found me covered in wine, so they were worried and left with me. But I don't understand how you could possibly know each other, though. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. You didn't say anything, did you? Maybe you were the one that told them I did it. Is that what you said to them? Well, did you think they actually saw what happened to me and witnessed you do it? It was poured over me where you get the wine, Carla. Jacob's mother came to check on me after you did that to me. She also saw what you were saying to me in our text conversation, so we're just going home. Huh? Are you kidding me right now? Is this seriously why Jacob's father is so mad? Jacob's just standing here with a pale face. It's ridiculous. I admitted that I don't recognize you as my sister, and he said that he doesn't recognize this marriage, and everyone got super angry at me. Oh, is that so? Well, I don't think you should admit something like that to a family who are close. How could you do this to me? It just shows you can't have a proper conversation with me. If he's actually really angry at you for what you did to me, then maybe you can't get married and be a part of their family anymore. But I don't understand why this is happening right now when it's not my fault that we don't get along. It's always been your fault. What does all this even mean? Why are you being valued so much by this family? How come you all know each other in the first place? How is this possible when this country is so big? Okay, so a while ago, the groom's father, Lewis, collapsed on the roadside and I helped him up. I accompanied him to the hospital and met with his wife. I guess that was the start of our relationship and me getting to know the family. All because of that incident that occurred while I was working. Are you for real? How can such a coincidence happen like this? Have you become such a good friend in such a short amount of time? To be honest, it's really going to take a lot to chase you away and make you super angry. This is just a silly prank. Around that time, too, his wife fell and injured herself quite badly. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't help her out with the housework and all those other things. So that's when I decided that I would go around to their house on a regular basis to help them out, and we developed a friendship during that time. What the heck is with that? Why would you help a bunch of old people? You've always been a suck-up, haven't you, Joanna? You're too good-natured. When his wife was injured and really depressed, it seemed like her husband went out by himself to try and buy something delicious for them to eat so she didn't have to cook. But of course he collapsed, so I went to help him. I think that it's a wonderful thing for a couple to care for each other so much that you'd do anything for them. I was a little confused by this kind of image of a family since I never really experienced that with my own flesh and blood. So that's why you've been hanging out with this so-called family so much, huh? You gotta be friends with them because I was being so evil to you? Are you trying to tell me that the groom's father is furious about this? Of the prank I pulled on you? We all know that it was no prank since you treat me so horribly, but yes, that seems to be the case. We also all talked about my family for a little bit before the wedding. What the heck are you talking about? You actually have heart-to-hearts? Are you kidding me? What did you talk about with them? I just said how cute my little sister is and that she was loved so much. Because of that, she was spoiled and I was the one made to do all the household chores. My sister graduated from a good university, but I wasn't allowed to go to university as there wasn't enough money saved for me. I was forced to get a job instead, and I still had to put money towards bills such as the mortgage, electricity, and what have you. Well, why does that matter so much? I met Jacob because we went to the same university and we started dating. I do agree that I went to a good university. Why are you being like this? Why are you acting like the tragic heroine that everyone's supposed to feel sorry for? You're making me feel like a mean little sister. That's not what I was talking about, but no matter how you say it to me, Carla, I think that's the case. I'm just helping them because the wife can't do housework at all, okay? I'm doing it because I heard that their son Jacob is doing most of their housework, and he's absolutely exhausted after doing that and work too. That's a normal thing for a son to do if a family is in hardship. Since he's the eldest son, he should be taking care of them anyway. But I heard that they like you for what you've been doing for them. Stop sucking up and trying to tear me apart from my husband. Oh my God, Carla, you annoy me so much. You're such a bad listener. I'm not doing anything like that at all. Today, I didn't do anything like that. You're the one who poured wine all over me. If anything, you're bringing this on yourself. You were laughing throughout the whole thing and showed no remorse. Both Jacob's parents finally saw you for what you are, and they finally understand what you're like when I told them how spoiled you were. Are you kidding me with this crap, Joanna? I only did what I did because I didn't expect you to be dressed like you were in a place like a wedding venue. It's like you didn't even try to look good. You're an embarrassment on me and our parents. You're the one who's been misleading me throughout my entire life. Don't you know that doing things like that is just sisters expressing their relationship? I'm allowed to do things like that to you. After all, it was just a little joke. We all know that was no joke. You wouldn't pour wine all over your best friend's dress, would you, to ruin their entire day? So why would a sister do that to their older sister? You've hardly talked to me throughout our adult life, or even now. You don't even like me, and you've always been mean to me. How can a sister be like that when all I've tried to do is love you unconditionally as an older sister? Why must you hate me so much, Carla? I mean, I've gone over this in my head every single day of my life, and I just never can understand why I'm treated like this. You've literally ruined everything now. Why do you think I'm so mad, Joanna? Isn't it obvious what you're going to do for me? My wedding day has been completely ruined because of you, Joanna. You need to do something about it right now. The one thing you can do is get back here and talk to Lewis. You know what, Carla? I have wasted so much energy in my life because of you, and I'm not going to do that anymore. My answer is no, Carla. Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Did you just say no to my order? What is going on here? Are you deliberately trying to sabotage me? I would like to respect Jacob's parents and not do anything against them since they're treating me well. If they're happy letting their son get married to you, then I wish you the best. Even in this situation, I also congratulate you wholeheartedly, sister. Getting married is a special thing. I hope you realize that. But if they don't want to recognize you as their daughter-in-law after what you did, I can't lie to them and force them to say yes to both of you getting married. Your stubbornness is truly infuriating, Joanna. You really have not changed since we were kids. It's so annoying. You really need to get back to the venue this instant. If you come back and show how good our relationship is, maybe they'll change their minds and maybe we could try and mend things, for the future. I'm not going back to the venue, Carla. Even if I did go back, I wouldn't lie to everyone. I'd tell them that we've never been good friends, Carla. I'm not going to create a fake scenario just so that you can have your happily ever after. I'll do no such thing. I am so done with you and this mess you've made. Oh, cut it out, Joanna. Our mom and dad are crying and sitting here on the ground. If you come back here, all of that kind of nonsense will be over. Look, I'm grateful to our parents for keeping me healthy, but are they really the type of parents I need in my life? I don't think so. I've got a lot of doubts about the life I've had, and to be honest, I don't want to feel those things anymore. That's why I won't go out of my way to lie in order to protect you. Please, Joanna, stop acting like this. Don't be so stubborn. I'm your adorable little sister, and I know you want nothing bad to happen to me, right? You're the only sister I've got, and I need you right now. Please don't abandon me like this. I really need to get married today. Please come back, and we can sort this whole thing out. How can you want me back there if you spilled wine all over me? You're the one who ruined it for yourself. Don't call me stubborn. I'm allowed to feel like this. You absolutely disgust me as a human being, as you've treated me like crap for years. Don't even think about trying to come near me ever again. I don't want anything to do with you. How could you say that sort of thing to me, Joanna? Please, I'm really sorry. I won't do anything like that again to you. I'll tell our parents to think of you more. I'll be nicer to you. Please, just come back to the venue. You saying sorry is many years too late. I've never heard you be so desperate. It's kind of funny. You know that nothing you say is going to make me do anything for you anymore. You're going to regret all the bad things you've done to me throughout our childhood. I hope you'll learn your lessons someday, Carla. Now leave me alone. After that, the marriage came to nothing, and Carla and her parents broke down in tears. On the other hand, Jacob, who knew everything, seemed to have fallen in love with Joanna. The two have bonded and are getting along really well. It seems like Carla's turned green with envy. She's gone crazy with jealousy. Joanna was able to join a real family with Jacob and his parents. Joanna and Jacob got married, and she gave birth to a healthy baby. The whole family seems to be living happily together. By marrying into Jacob's family, she was able to cut ties with her own family. With this happening, she stopped giving her family money. Without the allowance that they relied on, they began to live in poverty. What you do to others will eventually come back to you somehow.
Hey, Mom. Is now a good time? I just wanted to remind you that we're going to be at the Oritz's house around noon tomorrow. Do you want me to pick you up so that I could take you there?
Oh, I suppose it doesn't really matter either way. I'm more than happy to take my own car to their place.
Oh, come on. You know that you don't have to go and do something like that, Mom. I'm more than happy to give you a ride up there. It's not like you're worried about me driving, right?
Oh, Rick, don't be silly. Of course I'm not worried about your driving or anything like that at all. It's just been a while since I've been in a car where you've been the driver is all. I'm not worried so much as I might be a little nervous.
Well, there's nothing to be worried or anxious or nervous or trepid or anything like that about me driving you, Mom. I mean, if anything, I imagine people tend to be quite scared when you're the driver. But anyways, I was just thinking that it would be easier for everyone if you and I just went and left together, don't you think?
Yes, you might actually be right about that, Rick. By the way, that reminds me that I actually just got a message from Mr. Ortiz saying that he has a last-minute meeting and that he's going to be a little bit late arriving tomorrow.
Oh, I see. Okay then. Guess that just means that we're going to be meeting Maria's mother tomorrow then, I guess. By the way, Mom, you do know about Maria's mother, right? I wonder what she knows about you. I hope this all goes well.
I imagine that she might not actually know much about me at all, but I guess we don't know until we talk to her.
But what if she doesn't know about you? I mean, what if her husband just never told her? I don't know. Isn't that something that a husband would probably tell his wife?
I think that after you get married and have kids, that what is considered normal really starts to go out the window. But anyways, you're going to be getting married soon yourself, so I guess you'll find out about what I mean soon enough.
Right. I guess I'll do my best to learn all I can then.
And of course, I'm just so happy that things are going so well with Maria that you've decided that you want to marry her. But I do have to say that I was just a little bit surprised to hear about how fast this all happened. I mean, are you really sure that this is the woman you want to spend your life with?
Well, if I can be honest with you, Mom, I am getting just a little nervous. There are a few things on my mind.
A few things on your mind? What are you talking about? What's bothering you, son?
Well, it's just that when I mentioned to Maria's mom that you were the only parent I had around when I was growing up, you know, because you were a single mother and all, well, it's like her attitude completely changed.
Her attitude? What do you mean by that? How did she change when she heard about that?
So, at first, Maria's mom, Carla, was really, really excited to meet you, and she would talk all the time about when she finally would and how excited she was to get to know you better. But then, as soon as I mentioned that you were the only parent that I had, she basically stopped talking about how excited she was to meet you and all that. In fact, after I told her that I was raised by a single mom, she asked if I had any reason to ever even go back to see you at home.
Oh, I see. So you're saying that you think Maria's mom might have something against single-parent families or something like that, then? Well, I guess I'll find out for myself just what kind of woman she is tomorrow when we all meet. And I suppose if there are still things that need to be discussed or talked about, then we can cross that bridge when we get to it.
I know, but I was so shocked that she even said that. I just hope that tomorrow when we've all finally met each other that nobody has anything rude to say to anyone else. I would just really hate for the meeting to turn really tense and awkward, and well, you know how much I hate scenarios like that.
Of course, Rick, but I'm sure that everything is going to be just fine. I mean, maybe it really doesn't have any deeper meaning and she was just speaking to speak. I really don't know and don't want to assume what she might have been thinking, but Maybe she was asking about if you would have come to visit because she was worried about how busy I might be. I suppose it might still be too early to just assume that she has something against single mothers, right?
You're right, Mom. We shouldn't be so fast to judge, and maybe I'm just getting myself all worked up over nothing. But it's just what seemed to make the most sense to me at the time.
I see. Well, if that's the case, then I really don't think that there's anything to worry about. And I think that you and I should just look forward to meeting Maria and her family tomorrow. Oh no, please don't tell me that you've already gone home. Now why would you go and do something like that? I mean, you came all the way here and you didn't even have a chance to sit down and relax, and now you're already heading back home? I certainly hope that everything is okay. This is Carla, Maria's mom, isn't it? I really don't know why you're texting me like this after what you pulled. I mean, what was that all about just now? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I can certainly tell you that I had no idea that you raised your son as a single mother. And once I did actually learn that, I realized that someone like you has no place in this family at all. Did you figure that out too? Is that why you left without me having to ask? I left because you didn't even have a seat arranged for me. It's not like you didn't know that I was going to be coming here with my son. If you know that 2 guests were coming to your house and one of them was the mother of the man your daughter was going to marry, wouldn't you arrange to have a seat for her? Instead, you just said so many horrible things about my being a single parent and demanding that I stand since I wasn't good enough to sit. I actually couldn't believe that you said that to me. I mean, I don't think I've ever had anyone talk to me like that before. Oh my, I'm quite sure that there has to be some kind of mistake here. After all, I never said any of that at all. I really wish that I was making a mistake here, but I know what I heard. And what's more, I don't know what other meaning your words could have had. Well, I don't know why you're so upset about this. After all, even my daughter Maria was agreeing with what I had to say about you. Did Maria really agree with what you were saying? Does that mean that both you and Maria have just been looking down on me this whole time? Of course we look down on you. That's what you do to people who are so far down the food chain from you. After all, you must know that my husband works for a company and earns a nice salary. Thanks to his hard work, my little Maria has never had to know what it's like not to get her way when she wants something. But you had to raise your poor little son all by yourself, isn't that right? You know what they say about sons raised in single-mother households, don't you? I mean, who knows how Rick is really going to turn out? I surely hope you can understand how, coming from a family like mine, that a single parent can only come as one of the most pathetic people in existence. You're saying that my whole existence is pathetic? I'm sorry, but I would like to know just why you think me being a single parent necessitates any of that. Oh, really? You mean you want to continue what I was saying to you before you left? Well, I would be more than happy if you would just return here. Of course, if you do come back here, I'm still not going to give a lowlife like you a chair to sit in. I stand by what I said about people like you needing to stand. So you mean that instead of trying to apologize, you're just going to double down? Are you really sure that you want to do this to me? I mean, do you really think that you're going to get away with this? What in the world are you talking about? Is that all you have to say to me? Is that supposed to be some kind of threat or something? I know that you can't do anything to me at all. The fact of the matter is that you and I are completely different levels, and that a woman like you couldn't do anything to affect me even if she tried. And you just won't stop with all of the name-calling either. Do you really not see how you're being very rude right now? After all, this is the first time that we're even meeting. I don't think I could ever talk to someone who I just met the way that you're talking to me. But am I to take the way that you're talking to me and treating me as a reflection of how you feel about our children getting married? Don't be ridiculous, you silly woman. Of course this has nothing to do at all with our children getting married. Sorry, what do you mean by that? You're saying that your feelings for me and the marriage are completely separate? Of course. Why in the world would I be against an upstanding young man like Rick marrying my daughter Maria? I think they would make a wonderful couple together. After all, Rick works a good job and earns a good salary, so I know that he's able to provide for Maria. The only problem here, the only thing that I'd like to get rid of, is you. So you're saying that you basically just want me to hand over my son to your family and just disappear from the picture entirely? Well, I'm glad that you put it that way. Seems like we're finally getting closer to being on the same page now. And you should know that there won't be a seat for you at their wedding either. I can guarantee you that. Please, this is just getting silly. Are you being serious? You're going to try and keep me from going to my own son's wedding? Of course I'm serious. What about any of this makes you think that I'm not? I'm deadly serious about getting you out of the picture. I see. Well, I guess if you're going to act this way, then I know what I need to do. But I'm just going to warn you now that you probably should have waited for your husband to get back home before you started treating me the way that you were. Oh, please, what does my husband have to do with this at all? You think that he would have come to your defense? A nobody like you has nothing to do with my husband at all. Well, either way, I am certainly not going to be returning to your home to receive more of that. So thank you for your time today, and goodbye. Now, hold on just a second. I still need to make sure that after our children get married that you're going to stay out of Rick's life forever. I mean, haven't you figured out at this point that you're only weighing him down from what he could really be? I think that an old woman like you needs to learn her place and get lost. After all, I can't think of a single family that would agree to let their child marry the child of a single parent and still want to keep that parent around. There's a reason why I didn't arrange a seat for you, and it's because you're not wanted or needed here.
Don't you realize what you've done? You've just condemned our whole family, Carla.
Our family? What are you talking about now? Have you gone crazy or something?
No, you silly woman. It's me, Pedro. I'm on my way home right now. So you just wait at home for us to talk, okay?
Wait, what? Pedro? Is that really you? Why in the world are you with Tammy right now? Oh, your husband was in quite the rush, so he only had a short time to write you some messages. Anyways, I actually just bumped into him outside of the house and was explaining to him a bit about what happened between us. And I made sure to show him all of the messages that you had been sending to me this whole time as well. Wait, what? I still don't understand what's going on here. What do you mean you talked to him outside of the office? Are you talking about his office? Why do you know where my husband works? I'm sorry, but now that I've heard that even my son has given up on trying to hang in there with you all and is going home, I really don't think that there's any more need for us to talk to each other. But thank goodness. I am really so happy that we dodged this bullet. I mean, having my son marry your daughter and having to deal with you would be just terrible. So I can happily say goodbye, and please never ever bother me again. Just wait. I'm so confused. What's going on right now? Please, you have to explain what's happening. What are you talking about? Why should I have to wait? What am I waiting for? I don't really see what else you and I even have to talk about at this point. I mean, after your husband heard about the way that you were treating me, he completely freaked out. He apologized profusely to me for the way that you were behaving, and I think that this really isn't my problem anymore. If anything, you're going to have to deal with it at home once your husband is back for the day. So then, Pedro really knows all about what I was saying to you? You really told him everything? How do you even know my husband? What is going on here? Well, I know where he works at least. Do I really need to go into any more detail than that? Wait, just one second. I just got a message from Pedro. Oh, he's telling me that you're the president of the company where he works? Is that really true? How could this be? That can't be right at all. I'm sure that you think it can't be possible that someone like me could be a company president, let alone for the company that your husband works for. But these days, there are many kinds of people who are taking leadership roles in the corporate world. I don't really see why my position should be all that shocking at all. Besides, are you telling me that you don't even believe what your own husband is trying to tell you about me? Oh, it's just that, you're a single mother. How could someone like you climb so high up the corporate ladder? Oh, this doesn't make any sense to me at all. You're supposed to be poor and stupid, and the poor and the stupid aren't meant to lead companies, especially not the one that my husband works for. I'm sorry, but I think the only one here who firmly believes something like that is you, Carla. And I suppose that you based your treatment of me on all of these assumptions of yours as well. But the truth is that you really don't know anything at all, do you? But, this isn't fair. How was I supposed to know that you were my husband's boss? Nobody ever told me about this. Oh yes, I can certainly see that you had no idea of who I am at all now. But is that supposed to be my fault? After all, it's your husband who works for me. Don't you two ever talk to each other at all? Excuse me, how dare you question how my husband and I communicate? You don't know what you're talking about at all. Are you really sure about that? Because I think that I can probably take a couple of educated guesses at the very least. After all, it seems to me like you two don't actually communicate when it comes to important details like this. And because you two don't communicate with each other, you had no idea that not only was the mother of your daughter's fiancé coming to visit, but that I was also your husband's boss. I mean, I just don't understand how you actually had no idea who I am. But nobody told me anything. This isn't my fault. I just thought that you were the mother of my daughter's fiancé, and that's it. Well, I'm not sure that this all has to fall on you and your husband, you know. After all, it sounds to me like your daughter shares some of your own biases, and she might have been giving you bad information as well. And I suppose you heard all that, and you just took the word of what person had to say about me and assumed you knew the rest of my character. But, I mean, come on. There's no way that my daughter didn't know that she was dating the son of a company president. I mean, how could she not know about the mother of her own fiancé? But surely if she knew about you, then she would have told me from the very start, so maybe she didn't know after all. Yes, well, it seems like your husband was worrying about how he should best introduce me to you all. Although now I have to wonder why your husband didn't say anything sooner. Does anyone ever talk to each other at your house? I mean, I don't even know what to say to this at all. I'm just so confused as to what's going on right now. Although now I'm curious about how you've treated other people from work that your husband has brought home for you to meet. Of course I treated them very courteously. I would never want to disrespect someone that my husband was bringing home from work. I see. So then basically you were just treating me the way that you were treating me because of your assumptions about single mothers? And yet, even though you knew that you weren't going to like me, you still arranged for this meeting just to snub me like this? I'm sorry, but I can't see how any rational adult would think that that's an appropriate way to act. I was only thinking about my daughter. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't have someone who could hurt our family getting near us is all. I see. And you think that the way you were treating me was the best way to go about achieving that? I mean, I can understand making someone want to leave your house in a huff, but did you really think that by doing that we were going to convince my son to abandon me just to marry your daughter? I mean, well, I guess that's what I was hoping was going to happen, but now I don't even know. I see. Well, I'm afraid that my son just isn't that kind of person, and I'm afraid that he isn't going to be marrying anyone that would try and make him that person. I only thought that if my daughter ended up marrying your son and you were still going to be sticking around, that you might try and take advantage of my family is all. I thought that one day you might come around asking for money or someplace to live or something like that, and so I was only trying to prevent you from getting comfortable with us. Oh, trust me, you made me plenty uncomfortable. You don't need to worry about that. But I just have to tell you that after this little show, not just myself, but even my son is sick and tired of you. Both you and your daughter for the way that you were insulting me and making me feel unwelcome. I just wish that he never ended up meeting your daughter in the first place so that we didn't have to go through this whole song and dance. But, oh please, you can't do this to me. My husband is going to be furious with me for doing this. I just know it. I don't know what to do. Oh no, he just sent me a text saying he never even wants to talk to Maria or I again. Oh, please tell me that that's some kind of joke. I have no idea why you think I can answer that question for you at all. I mean, I'm not a part of your family, and that really isn't my business at all. It sounds to me like something that you need to work out between yourself and your husband, so please leave me out of your personal drama. But, you can't just pretend like you don't have a part in this. This whole thing is your fault, don't you see that? You shouldn't have gone to Pedro about all of this. What are you talking about? Your husband and I work together. I ran into him in the office. Why wouldn't I tell him about this? Because now you've gotten me into serious trouble. And just why is any of that my problem? If you've gotten into trouble just because people found out something that you've done, then you probably shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. But I'll also take this chance to tell you that the engagement between our children is officially off. Oh, please, you can't actually be serious about this, right? Oh, things were going so smoothly before this. Why are you ruining the love that our children have for each other? It was all supposed to go so smoothly from here on out, too. We were going to start talking wedding details and getting serious, and now you've gone and ruined everything. I'm sorry, but this is your own fault. If you hadn't shown your true character, then maybe my son and I would still be fooled by your fake personality. Fake personality? How can you say that about me? What is the matter with you? But more than anything else, I just feel bad for your daughter. I think that my son and her really had deep feelings for each other. But you had to brainwash her with your silly biases, and you made it so that she was just as unreasonable as you. Okay, now hold on just 1 second there. You can insult me all you want, but don't you bring my daughter into this. I wish that I didn't have to, but you brought her into this long before now. But anyways, I really don't have the time to waste on explaining all of this to you anymore. So I think that we're done here. I only hope that you never ever trouble anyone else in the same way that you've troubled me and my family. And so that's how my son ended up breaking off his engagement with his fiancée. Of course, he was crushed to learn the truth of the woman that he thought he was ready to marry. And I was so sad that my son had been so emotionally hurt by the experience. But later on, I heard from Pedro that when he got home, he was so upset with how his wife and daughter had treated me, his boss, that he demanded that they leave the house. Since then, I've heard that Pedro has begun divorce proceedings. After our conversation, Carla and Maria both began to blow up my phone and begged me to change my mind and talk to my son. But I ignored all that they had to say to me. I never wanted to see them again, let alone have to talk to them over the phone. And so in the end, Carla and Maria were left houseless and without a job. They became the very things that they had looked down on me for being. I suppose life is funny like that sometimes. As for Rick and I, my son has been spending more time than ever with me since he feels bad for how I was treated by his fiancée and her family. I told him not to worry about it and to just be a bit more careful choosing a partner in the future. I still see Pedro in the office when I go in. At first he was looking so tired and defeated. I talked to him and he said that he is seeking help and thinks that he'll be okay. I told him that my door is always open if he needs to talk, and that there will be a seat for him.
Is it true that you guys are holding the wedding in Hawaii?
Oh, hi, Brooke. Yes, we are.
My husband and I are allowed to treat ourselves while we're there, right?
What?
You guys are paying for everything for us, right? I need to plan things for now. I can't wait!
If your husband is coming, then you need to pay for him. I'm only going to pay for the family.
Are you serious? Why are you so petty?
I will just tell you straightforward, but you guys haven't paid us back yet.
Oh, did we borrow money?
Yes, you did. I have the IOU to prove it. It's past the deadline and you decide to ask me to pay for the whole trip? Are you for real right now?
The IOU and the trip are a different story. Don't we have the right to have fun in Hawaii?
Of course you do, but with your own money. If you want me to, why don't you pay me back first?
Wow. You are so mean. Why did my brother marry someone like you?
I can't believe that a kind-hearted person like Mike has to have a self-centered little sister like you.
Are you making fun of me?
Maybe? Anyways, like I said, if your husband wants to come too, you need to pay for him. If you want us to pay for him also, then you need to pay us back first.
Ugh, what a bitch. We're not going to go then. Is that okay for you?
That's up to you. A few days later. Have you gotten any texts from Brooke?
Nope.
Okay, so I guess she's not attending. I need to count the attendees now, so...
She said that she won't go, right?
Yeah, she wanted us to pay for her husband.
Oh my god, we told her that it's not possible like 1,000,000 times. We don't need to waste time talking to her, okay? She was just like this since she was little, so I'm tired of her.
is really wrong with her because she doesn't remember borrowing money from us, but I will make sure that she pays it back.
Thank you, Layla.
Brooke didn't like the fact that I married you.
That doesn't matter. She just wants a person who listens to her. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Anyways, Brooke and her husband are not attending, so I will not count them. I really hope that she doesn't complain later on. 2 weeks later.
OMG. Hawaii is so beautiful.
What? You guys are in Hawaii? I didn't know you guys could afford it.
What are you talking about? We came all the way here to attend the wedding. Be thankful.
What? I thought you guys weren't going to attend.
We weren't going to, but decided to have fun and party instead of attending. You will pay for us, though, right?
What are you talking about?
You will pay for the hotel and the plane tickets, right? I booked everything using my parents' credit card so you can pay before they find out.
Are you being serious right now?
Yes. Oh, and can you also forget about the IOU?
Excuse me?
My husband took off from work to come here. So if you think about that, don't you think that we don't need to pay back?
Okay. Wow. Just, wow.
Tomorrow is the checkout date, so please pay for us, okay? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wait. Tomorrow?
Yes?
I hate to break it to you, but the wedding was last week.
What? Last week?
Yeah, I don't know what you were blabbering about, but we are already back in the States already.
Hold up. You guys aren't here anymore.
Nope. Actually, everyone already came home. What are you guys doing there?
Wasn't the wedding yesterday?
Didn't I just say it was last week? You said that you guys weren't going to attend.
Wait. How are we supposed to pay for the hotel then?
Why are you asking me?
You're going to pay, right?
And why should I do that?
Are you serious? We came here for your wedding.
You just said that you went partying. Plus, isn't it common sense that you pay for your own trip?
But there's no way I can.
Why don't you ask your husband? I won't help you whatsoever, so bye.
My husband can't help me either. Wait, I can't reach my brother. I thought you guys would pay for us. This is a scam.
A scam? Let me see. You booked for the plane and luxurious hotel with your parents' credit card and party spending a lot of money. Did we do anything?
I just talked to the receptionist and got told that if I don't pay, I'm going to be arrested. Please come and help me.
There's nothing I can do. I sent you an invitation, but you mistook it. So for you to say that it's our fault, you got problems.
I'm panicking now because I thought you would pay for us.
Nothing will change even if you apologize or beg me, you know. Talk to your husband and do something about it.
My husband left me.
What?
OMG. What should I do? I'm going to be arrested.
Wow. Your husband is as much of an ass as I expected. Well, you are yourself, so what a perfect match.
Don't you even feel sorry for me?
Not at all. Everything is your own fault. Mike and I are also cutting ties with you, so...
I'm literally crying my eyes out.
You're such a drama queen. Mike is cringing right now, you know.
No one is going to help me? What should I do?
You should take time and regret about how you acted this whole time.
I'm regretting it now, and I will apologize to you, so please help me. I don't want to get arrested because of this.
Well, it's kind of too late. Sorry, but we're going to be going on our honeymoon soon, so you won't be able to reach us anymore in a little bit.
Wait, If you're at the airport, come to Hawaii. We're family, so why won't you help me?
OMG. How much of a self-centered person are you? Oh, and about the IOU, I hired an attorney to seize your property and your wages, so you'd better pay us back. We added interest also, so good luck.
I'm sorry, but what? What do you mean?
Have fun in Hawaii. Bye. After the incident, Brooke tried to reach out to her family, but no one helped her, so she ended up getting a criminal record. Her family got pissed and told her to never come back, so she left and nobody knows where she is now, but I think it's better not to know. Her husband was able to come back to the States safely, but found out that his salary was seized and is now working unpaid, feeling embarrassed since everybody knows about it. If they paid us back from the beginning, they would have lived a different life.
Hey Mary, where did you go? I haven't received the paperwork that needs to be submitted by today. I hope that you gave it to someone else before you left.
Hi, Nancy. It's already past working time, so I'm heading home now. I really don't want to think about work right now, so can you not talk about that? Do you need to care about what I do after finishing my job? Seriously?
Did I ask you anything about what you do after work? No. All I want to know is, did you do the paperwork because it's due today?
No, I didn't. I thought you would do it.
Really? I was talking about this since last week. I would have appreciated if you said something like, hey, I didn't have time, so can you help me? When you left the office.
I knew you would make me stay if I didn't say that.
We could have finished it earlier until the time you always leave if we work together. Okay, you know what? You probably don't care, so I'll do it. Did you at least edit the paperwork you turned in this morning? I told you it was full of mistakes.
Thank you. Oh, that paperwork. Sorry, not yet. I'll do it tomorrow if I have time.
Tomorrow, if you have time. Seriously, are you taking this job seriously?
Yes, I have other things to do, okay?
Like what?
Like answering the phone and helping others?
You haven't done a single job I've asked you to do.
Why are you saying this now? You're scaring me.
I'm saying this now because you probably won't understand if I told you in person.
Are you lecturing me now? Seriously? It's after working hours. Can you save it for tomorrow?
Okay then, I'll tell you in person tomorrow. I just don't want you to be sloppy. You've already been working here for a month, but I feel like you don't care about anything.
Yes, I do. Are you talking shit about me? You're pissing me off.
I'm just telling you straight facts. I find it annoying and would like you to fix it.
You're not lecturing me. You're attacking me.
All I said was just do the job that I asked you to do and try and learn some things so that you don't make mistakes anymore.
Who do you think you are? Do you think that you're above everyone?
No, I don't. I'm not above anyone else. I'm sorry if I offended you in any way, but all I'm asking is for you to listen to me so we can get the work done quicker and smoother. If we can do that, I won't say anything.
I doubt that. You'll have a problem with me whatsoever.
Mary! Have I ever said anything bad about you besides your working behavior? No.
You're probably lying.
Why would you say that?
You always target me and be harsh on me, so I think that you talk shit behind my back. I'm so sick of that.
I don't do things like that because it's a waste of time. I just gave you advice, and you call that being harsh?
Yes, if you're going to go that far, I will quit.
What? Seriously? How should I tell you then? If there are other ways, I want you to tell me.
I don't want to argue with you, so I'm really going to quit.
What?
It's your fault that the company will lose one of its competent employees. Will that be okay?
Do you think you can quit that easily?
Of course! I'm traumatized! It's a serious mental health issue!
Is that because I told you that you don't care about anything?
Yes! I was scolded by you, so I'm quitting!
So just because you experienced something that pissed you off, you decide to quit. Are you serious? You'll never get any jobs if you're like this.
understand what year we're in? You're still stuck in your old times. You should quit being so mean to others like that. I'm going to quit, so I will go talk to the HR tomorrow.
I don't understand the way Gen Z thinks these days. Anyway, you need to let them know at least 2 weeks in advance.
So what? I can tell them I'm not coming in from tomorrow because you're the reason I'm going to quit, because you're creating a toxic work environment. I'm demanding $100,000 for my severance pay.
You have no common sense and are unprofessional. Toxic environment? That's just you. Wait, you're a new employee who's been with us for only a month, right?
So? I'm quitting because of you! I can't believe that you scolded me! Me! I'm 1 in a million, so the company needs me!
If you say that, why don't you show that you're working hard instead of quitting? That's if you can listen to me or the boss, though.
I don't need to do that because I'm quitting!
So you're seriously going to quit?
Yes! I can finally be free from you!
Okay then, I'll ask the HR to start with your retirement process, because I know someone there.
Yes, I feel so bad because it's going to be a huge loss for the company. If the company goes bankrupt, it's all your fault. You should regret your decision.
Regret? I have nothing to regret about.
Yeah, for now. You will in the future, though. Anyways, have the $100,000 by tomorrow.
I don't think so. Can I excuse myself? I need to contact HR now.
Sure.
A moment later. Hey Holly, how's everything? Thank you for grabbing dinner with me the other day.
Hi, Nancy. Everything is good. How are you? No problem. Looks like you were stressed, so I thought I should listen to your story.
I'm good also. I felt so much better after. It's important to talk with someone who understands you.
That's great. Yeah, it's not good to hold it in because it can cause health problems. Hey, if you have any problems, let me know. That's what friends are for.
Thank you. Well, there is one problem.
Let me guess. Is it that newbie? You were talking about her for like an hour last time.
Yes, OMG, she is ridiculous.
What did she do this time?
We argued like always, and she said something like, I had enough of your scolding, you're attacking me, so I'm going to quit. All I did was point out her mistakes and tried to fix that so that we can finish work quicker and smoother.
Wow, what a drama queen. Gen Z is she really gonna quit?
Yeah, I know, right? I seriously don't know what they're thinking. Looks like she is.
Well, she needs to let me know 2 weeks in advance, but I did get a few complaints from employees that she doesn't do work. So there's no problem if she quits tomorrow. She's actually done after her trial period.
I knew it. I would have been surprised if you kept her. Do you want to know what else she said? I'm demanding $100,000 for the severance pay.
Are you serious? She's still in her trial period.
I did tell her that, but she said that she deserves it because she's 1 in a million or something.
What? Sorry, but I have to laugh.
I laughed also. Anyways, would it be okay for you to start with her retirement process?
Of course. I'm actually starting it right now. I want her gone ASAP.
Great, thank you so much. Let's go grab some drinks this weekend to celebrate her dismission.
Definitely. We can go to a restaurant beforehand if you want. I'll treat you because you went through hell.
What? Are you sure? That's very generous of you, thank you. Let me pay for the drinks though.
Well, you don't need to, but if you want to, I appreciate that.
Looking forward to this weekend. Next week.
Why aren't you picking up? Pick up the phone right now.
Oh my gosh, stop blowing up my phone. My phone might die. What if I get a call from one of our business partners? Please call the company if you have anything.
Who cares about that? How's the quitting thing going?
Did you seriously call me 300 times just to ask me that? The process is done. There, happy? Now stop calling me.
Why haven't you called me in the first place?
What do you mean, why? Why do I need to be the one calling you?
Because you were in charge of me?
I was just your trainer. Call the HR if you have any problems.
I want to ask you because I don't want to talk to them. My severance pay is not deposited in my account. What the hell? Seriously, I specifically said $100,000. I told you.
What are you talking about? Did you really think that you could receive that? Are you kidding me? I can't believe you.
Tell the HR to deposit it to my account right now. It's $100,000, okay?
If I do, they'll just laugh about this.
Why?
You're still in your trial period. There's no way that you'll get the severance pay.
What? Seriously? So I won't be paid even a penny?
Yes! There is no companies that provide severance pay to an employee who has worked for only 1 month. If there is, I would love to work there.
But a competent employee like me is quitting.
Competent. Really? You got some damn nerve to say something like that. Sorry, but you are not.
Excuse me?
You also said that you're 1 in a million, right?
I am.
You are in your own damn mind.
Oh my god, that's so rude.
Oh, do you want to argue? Sorry, but it's the truth. Everyone thinks that here.
Who cares what other people think? Anyways, I deserve the money because I quit.
Oh my gosh, do you really need to talk about this? You will not get it, okay? If it was that easy to get severance pay, wouldn't people quit already?
Why can't I get it? I didn't want to quit in the first place.
What the hell do you want to say?
I want to say that it's your fault that I quit because you were so harsh to me. It's the same thing as being laid off.
First of all I did was point out your mistakes and told you to fix it. Is that my fault? Isn't it common sense for the trainer to point out mistakes to the new employee? If you're not used to this, what kind of places have you been working at? Also, quitting is not the same as being laid off, okay? Quitting is something you choose to do, and laid off is an action that someone else does to you. Quitting was your choice.
I've been working at places that actually respect their employees and treat them well. You were the total opposite of that. Well, who cares? You should have been nicer to me so I didn't have to quit.
Nicer. You were looking at YouTube videos and weren't listening to me in the first place. Didn't you realize you were causing trouble to the people around you?
Hey, I was looking at educational videos.
I took a peek a few times, but I only saw animals, nails, and makeup tutorials.
Those were just ads.
Yeah, that's an excuse. I remember you making a lot of excuses.
Are you sure you want me gone? I'll be useful, you know?
You quit, so why are you asking me that? There are other people who are useful out there, and I think it would be faster to find someone better.
What does that mean?
You're done with our company. Can you not understand me?
Is this for real?
Yes. You quit not because of me, but because you were mentally weak. That's the truth, right? People talk about it at the company, actually.
Wait, so I'm being made fun of by everyone?
Yes. Let me tell you what they say. There was once an employee who didn't do their job and quit right after the trainer gave a little warning because that person mistook it as scolding. Your actions resulted to this, so don't even think about making it my fault. Maybe you should find a job that you really want to do.
Oh, I'm really done.
Yes! How many times do I need to tell you? You are not a part of this company anymore.
Don't you feel like you're responsible or something?
For what? This is your fault. HR told me that you were done after the trial period, so it was a good timing for you anyways. Good for you.
Wait, seriously?
Yes. Looks like you got a few claims from people.
From who? I want to know their names.
I'm not going to tell you because it's private.
Wait, what about the severance pay then?
I told you that you won't get it because it's only been a month. Weren't you listening to me? If you calm down and still don't understand, why don't you go on Google and research?
So shocked.
Why are you shocked? It's the result of everything you've done.
I didn't expect it to be like this. I can't believe that no one stopped me and I'm not getting paid. Can I cancel quitting?
What are you talking about? Of course not. It's too late now. Plus, you got some damn nerve to say that after what you've done.
Please, I was a full-time employee. If I can't get the severance pay, then I don't want to quit.
So just because you can't receive it, you want to come back?
Yes, is there something wrong?
Well, yes, there is. You can't just come back after you quit with very short notice. Why don't you think about what you've done? Also, I know that even though you come back, you'll be slacking off watching YouTube videos and talking with people doing nothing.
I won't do that, I promise.
I heard those words every day while you were here, but didn't change at all, so I don't believe you.
I'll change from now on, I swear. Hey, I have an idea. How about rehiring me? Can you talk to HR?
You just don't give up, right? HR will say it's going to be a big no, so find someone else.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Why don't you think about that? This is the result of your own choice.
I didn't expect this to happen.
There's really nothing I can do, so good luck finding a new job, and I hope don't get scolded there. Also, make sure to not quit as soon as you experience something you don't like, okay? After the incident, Mary rushed to the company to talk about canceling quitting, but since all the process was finished, she wasn't even allowed in the building. She ended up losing her full-time job, which she finally found and started to look for jobs while having no money. Company found a new employee who is the total opposite of Mary, hardworking and competent. There's nothing but peace at the office now, and I'm working stress-free and I love it.